Breaking news, Knoxville Center Mall closing after a decade of decline. How the once crowded hub of East Knoxville became a ghost town.
And we want you to be prepared today. We're talking about the possibility of strong and severe thunderstorms, falling temperatures, and a freeze watch goes into effect tonight. We've got your full forecast coming up this morning.
Hello, I'm Dolly Parton.
And I'm Kenny Rogers. Abby and Russell have the day off.
And a new set of hosts this Halloween. Meet the pair taking over for Abby and Russell today, October 31st, 2019.
10 News is brought to you in high definition exclusively by Harper Auto Square. WBIR 10 News starts now.
Good morning from Rocky Hill Elementary. Happy Halloween, everybody. We are going to have all kinds of great costumes coming up and new co-hosts today.
Yeah, new co-hosts. We'll reveal our costumes in our special edition of 10 News Today, Halloween style. Meanwhile, though, we've got a lot to talk about. We are clearly talking about the breaking news this morning involving Knoxville Center Mall, and we're talking about that forecast. Boy, it is looking really interesting today, Mike.
Indeed it is, guys. You know what? It is looking interesting. The rain's already started to set up shop. We had a lull in the activity during the overnight hours. Now here we go. It's starting to ramp back up. So it's going to be a soggy morning commute with showers and thunderstorms. Stay weather alert. We're talking about the possibility of a couple strong to maybe even severe thunderstorms, windy conditions, falling temperatures. I'll tell you what, we are covering the gamut throughout the day today. That is for sure. Heaviest rain through from the Mississippi River Valley all the way through East Tennessee right now. And this whole system has to slide its way on through. We do have a potential for some strong thunderstorms. This is the greatest risk, and the bullseye is going to be across the mid-Atlantic, but it does stretch down into East Tennessee with a slight and a marginal risk. We're going to walk you through that through the morning hours. Rebecca Sweet's going to join us on that as well. 60s and low 70s ahead of the cold front. Temperatures tanking back behind the cold front. But it's the wind chill factor because the wind is going to be with us throughout the day today. So as we head off trick-or-treating here this evening, wind chill values will be in the 20s and low to mid 30s. We have a lot of rain on the way, so a flood watch is in effect for the mountains of East Tennessee and North Carolina. And a freeze warning, not a watch, a freeze warning goes into effect through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We've got a lot going on throughout the day, Heather. It is Halloween, but the good news is I think we're trending drier for trick-or-treaters tonight.
That's what the kids want to hear. All right. Thank you very much, Mike. We get to breaking news this morning. Knoxville Center Mall is closing after a decade of decline. The shopping center, long known as East Town Mall, will shut down its last stores in January after 35 years in business. What was once a promise of economic growth for East Knoxville has now been nearly empty for years. WBIR 10 News reporter Yvonne Thomas is in the newsroom this morning with the very latest. Yvonne, good morning.
Heather, good morning. The owners of Knoxville Center Mall will make the official announcement at 9 a.m. this morning, but 10 News is learning that the shopping center will officially close its doors on January 31st, 2020. Now, the mall has been hit with wave after wave of closures. Back in 2008, during the recession, small stores began to close up shop, and then Dillard's became the first anchor store to leave Knoxville Center Mall. Then a second wave of closures in 2017 and 2018. Stores like JCPenney, Victoria's Secret, Sears, and Gold's Gym all leaving the mall. Soon only Belk and a Regal Theater were left aside from a handful of smaller stores scattered between empty storefronts. Now that brings us to this year when Belk announced it would be leaving next month. In September, just 10 businesses remained on the upper level and only 6 stores on the lower level.
They can only go so long without having something happen and see something break ground before everybody kind of gives up hope.
Now, this is drastically different from when the mall opened 3 decades ago. You can see at the grand opening in 1984, shoppers were fired up about what it could mean for the economy in East Knoxville. Now, the closing of Knoxville Center Mall may not be the end of troubles for its owners. They are currently facing 2 lawsuits claiming they failed to pay their bills. The suits claim that they owe more than $900,000 for security and maintenance. We'll continue to bring you updates on this story throughout the morning. Heather, we'll send things back over to you.
Yvonne, thank you. And right now on the WBIR app, we have a complete history of Knoxville Center Mall. You can also watch more from that grand opening back in 1984 right now on our YouTube page. And tell us how you're feeling about the mall closing this morning. You can share your photos and memories right now in our Rise and Dime Facebook group. Right now, the Rock at UT is painted with the words "Justice for Zach." Here's a live look this morning. Tomorrow, 3 people involved in a Gibbs High School student's death are set to be sentenced. 15-year-old Zach Monday died in May after he was slammed to the ground in a fight at a party. Now his parents are asking a judge to ensure 2 people involved serve time in prison. Isaiah Brooks, Chelsea Hobson, and Noel Leva pleaded guilty to charges related to his death. They are all expected in court tomorrow. In a statement, Monday's mother, Jean, says in part, Isaiah and Chelsea took Zackie's right to live, his right to grow up, grow old, and they took away his light that shines so bright for everyone to see. The TBI says it's seeing a massive amount of meth cases across the state. From January through June, the TBI recorded more than 10,000 meth cases. That's up from 3,700 cases 4 years ago. The only drug that surpassed that amount was marijuana. Agents say the big issue is the meth coming into the U.S. from Mexico. Knox County Schools is trying to figure out the best way to stop the rise of vaping on school grounds. Leaders say they've seen hundreds of vaping cases so far this year. The Board of Education heard recommendations on how to discipline students, but members haven't reached a decision.
You have situations where students transfer and around with different schools and so forth. So if there's that consistency, I think it's important to have there, and for students to know in advance, hey, if I do this, then this is what's going to happen.
The district does have a zero tolerance policy for vaping THC. That means if caught, the student is out of school for a year. Today's your last chance to vote early in the Knoxville general election. Between absentee and early voting, more than 9,500 people have voted for their new mayor. There are 6 early voting locations. We have those listed right now at WBIR.com. Polls open at 10 this morning and close at 5. India Kincannon and Eddie Manis are running to be the next mayor of Knoxville. At a meet and greet, they both answered questions about the future of Chilhowie Park, as it could see a $100 million renovation.
The development that goes into Chilhowie Park really, in my opinion, will be the catalyst for Magnolia and East Knoxville. It will help drive and stimulate what goes on in East Knoxville for many years to come. So I think that we should take that really into consideration.
Just like people in West Knoxville have Lakeshore Park, people in East Knoxville want a park where they can go every day, have green space, have places to walk around, and where there's interesting things and paths to walk on and things to do 52 weeks of the year.
If you can't vote today, Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. And today's your last chance to visit an iconic East Tennessee drive-in. Cardin's on Asheville Highway is going into retirement. The drive-in has car hops who take customers' orders. Cardin's has been open since 1959, has a long history. We are starting the Halloween celebration early this morning. We check in live at Rocky Hill Elementary, where Ellen and Dr. Phil are in for Abby and Russell, and they have some very special guests with them. Hey, guys.
Meryl, can you take it? I can't get everybody in here.
Can we fight? All right, I got
Is my arm further? Your arm. All right.
My arm goes way.
All right.
My arm's definitely better.
Okay. Hey, that's good. Look at us.
Nice.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? Like Visco Girl? I don't know if that's VSCO Girl or Visco Girl, or Skis Skis Skis.
Skill. Welcome to News Today. I'm Dr. Phil. Oh, wow. This is so sad.
I need music.
This is so sad.
We need the Ellen entrance music.
I don't even know
I'm
if that would
dancing
help.
in. I'm Ellen. We're glad you're here with us.
Oh, boy. We are at Rocky Hill Elementary School. I will go on record as saying this is the worst Dr. Phil outfit in history. But we do have some good outfits. The SRO here at Rocky Hill is Officer Stair. He does a great job, and he is here with the one and only Officer Powers.
Look at these 2 cuties. How do you feel that he is paying tribute to you this morning?
Oh, I'm honored, absolutely. It's the big part of our job is obviously keeping the school safe, but it's also fostering good relationships with the children. So I'm honored that he would want to be me for Halloween.
I got to say, you even have big muscles, which I'm really impressed by. Did you work out to get those muscles?
Yes.
Now, who did you want to dress up as today?
A police officer.
Yeah, and your SRO, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like your SRO? We have so many cool costumes. Can we pan the room? Because we cannot wait to introduce you to some of these kids. Say hi, guys.
There is all kinds of themes going on today here at Rocky Hill. They're doing it right on this Halloween. We're going to show as many kids as we possibly can. Also, we want to know, with the weather being as it is, will you celebrate Halloween indoors or outdoors?
Yes, that's what we're asking in our poll question. You can vote on our app or go to WBIR.com/vote. And we are having so much fun with these folks at Rocky Hill today, and we have much more coming up live in our Halloween edition of 10 News Today.